Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and it is dark and early on Monday morning, which means we've got War of the Visions news to go over. It's Final Fantasy X re-collaboration week, and we're getting some new stuff along with that. So first of all, let's go through the news. Maintenance on Tuesday at 2200 server time, so be ready for that. There's going to be a patch. Then we are getting the reissue of Final Fantasy X with Valifor being added as a Vision Card Esper. Now this is a light specific Vision Card, and the Esper is going to be good for light units as well. I'll cover them more detail in the preview video that I have coming out for the Master Ability 2s as well as this. But just kind of a quick look right here. The Vision Card is going to be Magic Attack Resistance Piercing Rate up, Magic Attack up, and Dark Eater up for your light party. And then for the person wearing it that is light, you'll get Magic up, Area Attack Resist up, and Max HP up. So Macherie players, rejoice, although it's probably for Yuna. I mean, let's be real. Anyway, and then when you summon Valifor, it does max damage. Valifor already gets to be summoned by Yuna's Limit Break, so she can essentially double summon Valifor now, which is just freaking too many chickens in space. But yeah, it'll do damage in a cross-shaped AoE and buff your attack and magic for light units and lower light resist. The lower light resist is a big deal for, like, you know, raids and stuff if you want to use it for that. And then this collaboration, everything for the collaboration will be available starting this Wednesday, running until August the 2nd. So you will have quite a bit of time to work on all of this stuff. Valifor will be getting his 3-star awakening as well. And then Character Quest 2, so Master Ability 2s coming out for the Final Fantasy X units, as well as shoots out Durando and Vistral. So a little bit of something for those guys, but really the big ticket here is Tidus, Yuna, and Auron. Now they do talk about these units, Tidus, Yuna, and Auron right here. They've been in the game for a while, so I'm not going to waste time here. I will talk specifically about their Master Ability 2s though in a video. Tidus's Vision Card, Suteki Dane, will also be coming back. If you're a Tidus player, you want this. If you're a water player, you want this. It's a very good, it's a very powerful water card. And then, you know, Tidus gets that defense piercing rate up and accuracy up on it as well. A Place Unknown, this is another water card, but this is the free card. We'll get this by just logging into the game on Wednesday, which is pretty cool. It has missile resist up, dexterity up, and accuracy up for the party. The accuracy is the big ticket thing here for like cost limited evasion hunting teams or something like that. And then the water unit wearing it will get agility. This card is really only good for like cost limited mono water teams. That's what this is for, but it's free. We at least get it for free. So that is nice, right? Just build it if you can. There'll be bingo boards for Valifor. There'll be bingo boards for the Final Fantasy X collaboration units. Bingo board for the old Vision Card. And then you'll be able to go to Xanarkand Ruins to get shards for the FF10 units. They have a JP bonus. It's so standard stuff right there, right? It's a reissue of it's a rerun of a collaboration. Here we go. What are we getting here? Login bonuses. On day one, and this is actually kind of a big deal, they are giving Tidus back out for free. So I do like that. Tidus is free as well as the MR Vision Card. You'll get 40 shards for him on day 2. We'll also pick up 40 shards for the other 2 units along the way, and a few shards for Valifor. We'll get a second login bonus this week, which is some goodies. The things to note here are probably the elemental materials, the large energy pots, and the rainbow mats. So that's cool. It'll be triple up JP and EXP in the story. So a good week to use some skip tickets to level up some units that are lagging behind. Also a good week to do double drops for the unit hard quests. So double shard drops will be very, very nice for those units that you're working on. And a good week to level up gear with equipment training success rate up campaign on for from the 22nd to the 28th. Okay, and that's it for that one. Next up, we've got the missions. So what kind of missions are we getting this week? Well, we're getting the FF10 event quest. This is where you'll get the medals to spend at the shop, so that'll be good. You'll be able to farm Yuna's staff, Magistral Rod. This is a very good staff. I like this staff a lot, especially if you're a newer player looking for some gear to farm. Here is a good option for you. It's good on more than just Yuna. It's a good staff in general, so you might want to pick that one up at a +5. Auron sword, if you use Ice Element two-handers, this is a fantastic sword to have more than one copy of for your Auron Velric teams out there, or something like that, right? so pick that up if you can. Challenge missions are coming back. This is where you can get Brotherhood, which is Titus's sword, which is also getting a +6. I will have a whole video coming out. It doesn't talk about them here. I'll have a whole video coming out on our first round of +6 pieces of gear and what is like good and bad in our first batch. Brotherhood is one of the things getting +6, I believe, on that first list. Now, here's some new PvE content for us. Path of the Conqueror. This is a increasing difficulty set of missions, right? So introducing a quest where your enemies grow in number and strength as you progress. By completing quest missions, you can obtain materials needed to train your units and enhance your equipment items such as EXP cubes, nameless hero memories, and A-type select book of refinement times 100 tickets. So basically you're going to do quests, monsters are going to get harder and harder as you go, and then your rewards will increase as well. You'll also get a title if you can clear it, so that's always fun. And yeah, it's new. It's a new PvE thing. Looking forward to doing it. And I'll probably push that on stream on Wednesday. Okay, we're also getting secret books, sword, great sword, axe, book, staff, armor. So 2 different sets there. We are getting new story. Part 2, Chapter 8, Scene 1 is dropping, featuring regular boy Stern, you know, just back in his normal form again. And then, sorry, the thing I might be most excited for in this patch is these updates to Guild Wars. So regular Guild Wars are getting a big update in this patch. Improvements will be made to regular guild battles so that they'll be held in seasons, totaling 4 times a year with rewards and titles. And these titles are cool. We're going to talk about them in a minute. They can be acquired based on the season rankings. So our first season that we're going to have is the Azure Dragon Cup. It's going to run from this Wednesday until 9/6. And then you can see the rest of the cups that they have lined up all the way until this time next year. So here we go. Individual titles and guild titles will be distributed each season to the top of the season rankings. Check this out for individual titles. Acquisition requirement given to the guild member that ranked first for trophy acquisition in guild battles. So, like, even if your guild is not doing super good, if you're out there just collecting 6 stars every day, you're going to get a title, which is pretty dang neat. I don't know how they're going to, like, break this up. If it's going to be to, like, if each guild will get one or something like that, I'll be really curious to see how that goes. Given to the guild member that ranked within the top 10, and then given to the guild member that ranked within the top 50. So it's probably not for every guild, but if you could be, like, there's going to be somebody out there who's, like, just got a baller account in, like, a silver level guild getting 6s every day, they're going to get a title. So they're going to get to cash in that work that they're doing for their friends or whatever. But maybe more achievable would be this top 50 title. I don't know. It does make me want to, like, experiment less, try harder. My guild might appreciate that. Anyway, then guild titles. So the guild that ranked first for trophy acquisition in guild battle will get a title. You get trophies for winning and, like, performing well. So again, more incentives here in form of titles for doing good work. So that's really just cool. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't change a ton, but it's cool. I like the idea that there's seasons and rewards that come with those seasons. Arena map will be changing to cave with no elemental effects, just slash attack up and spirit up. So I'm cool with that. And then free match will be that as well. I'm starting to run out of voice, but I'm going to get through this. And we got an account review. We got account reviews coming back this week. Okay, daily missions. This is also pretty cool. Changes in display of collaboration units ability chance. That's strange. We'll talk about it in a minute. Daily mission rewards permanent update. Crafting medals added to arena daily rewards. Additional milestones. So arena getting a boost with the new +6 crafting that's coming along. Arena becoming more important. Look for arena to become a little bit more competitive, a little bit more of a serious game mode, I think, just because +6s are going to be a big deal. Arena, because it's being tied to acquiring the +6 materials, will kind of become a big deal with it. Let's check this out. So this one is weird. Collaboration units and FFBE units used to say the same chant, like when they cast a spell, they would say the same spell line as the regular War of Visions units. They're taking that out of the game to keep the lore consistent. I don't know if they're doing this like future world build or something. There's already so much world building that's going on. I don't know. That's pretty minor. It's just a thing. Crafting medals added to arena daily rewards. This is the big one. Being able to get crafting medals These you can trade in at the shop for like some of that +6 gear. We'll do a full review of the crafting metal shop when it comes out this Wednesday. But being able to get those from Arena will encourage people to play Arena, so that's cool. And then better daily mission rewards. We've gotten this upgraded a couple of times already throughout the life of this game. Better mission rewards for your dailies is awesome. So that's cool. We'll scope that out on Wednesday when it drops. And then milestones allow you to obtain heart quartz. That's the +6 material. Blue, purple, and yellow will be added. So not pink, noticeably here, but there'll be some milestone awards. And there'll be some important equipment to get +6 that isn't UR, right? I mean, a lot of the MR gear is some of the best gear that we have. So keep that in mind. And there we go. Okay, my lungs are starting to run out of gas. I feel a lot better though, you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. We got an account review coming. Let's go check that out now. And today's bonus account review comes in from Just Insane. Justin, thank you for supporting my channel. Let's talk about your account. Now, Justin is a fairly new player. You can see rank 126, didn't have any specific questions, but just wanted like general advice from me and the comment section. So let's dive in a little bit here. You can see 127 days played. So yeah, the game's been out for so this is a pretty new account at 127 days, but it's a very well developed account. Already Royal Rank 8, so there has been some money put into the account, but not like Royal Rank 12 worth or something like that, so a little bit of spending has been done. Looking at mastery levels, approaching gold mastery in Dark, Light, and Wind. So let's look to those elements and see if those are going to be your strong ones. Ice lagging behind, and that'll show up in the rest of it. So here we go. Here's Fire. Now straight away I see that the top end of your Fire is my favorite Fire trio for PvP. King Mont, Setia, and Terra are just strong. You can kill almost anything you want with this trio. If you did manage to pick up Valentine's Day Ildira, she does kind of fit in somewhere in there if you want to use her. The Terra, I say that especially because Terra at 102 probably is going to need some time in the barracks or something like that. So anyway, Setia King Mont is a very powerful fire combo to build around, and King Mont, both are great splash rainbow comps as well. Ice, this was your lowest one, and it's a big skipper, so continue to skip Ice, right? Skipping elements as a new player is important in my opinion. Wind, Halloween Little Leela 120, your like multi-farming is set. You got 120 Halloween Little Leela, you can solo most multi-rooms by yourself. As far as the rest of your Wind, it looks like Lucia was probably your starter 99, and that's fine. Then you have Oldoa, I'm guessing for the TMR, and then Joom. Basically, like, once Joom, if you ever fully unlock Joom and get her to 120, at that point, investing into Wind for more PvP and like maybe mono Wind PvE teams for like high scores and stuff makes sense. But I would let Joom be my timer for the rest of your Wind. Until then, Little Leela is a great rainbow support and a fantastic multi-room soloer. Earth has definitely been a skip, and that's absolutely fine. You leveled up the Mont, which probably helped you a lot early. I would just continue skipping Earth. Maybe do Etra if you wanted to do the Earth solo selection quest run with her. And her quest is permanently in the game now, so you can do that whenever you want. Lightning, you have Silma at 120, and then another tank, Charlotte at 120. So you're very tank heavy, which is fine. Having tanks just is a big helper for new players. Charlotte's one of the best there is. Silma was the freebie. Yeah, Esther's at 89. I would say like maybe lean more into Lightning at the point you get Esther leveled up, then maybe try and snag another one or something. But strong start with the Charlotte at 120, and then building the Esther will pay off in the long run. For water, okay, yeah, your top end of water is there. Celis Astrius is beautiful, and then you can get Ildira done pretty cheap just by using the Mog shop, right? You can finish her up there as far as shards go, and that would be a very strong trio for PvP. Again, depending on like what your Vision Card Esper setup is, which we'll see more of that here in a minute. Yeah, okay, so good job with water. If you're ever wanting to run a there we go. Almost. It's close. I'm almost better. If you're ever wanting to do like water PvE. This is Titus's week coming up. He's big for that. He will combo well with these two. Ildira can work in there as well. And then farm is another like crucial part of that. So actually with like farm, Rayches here, these two, and Titus, you have the beginnings of a very, very powerful 5-man water PvE chaining team with the farm and maybe the Titus, if that was something you were looking to pick up. Okay, light. Light was one of your higher level, higher level elements, and it plays out here. Lucio at 120 is just smart. You're almost done with Starlight Elena. That's huge. Locks at 107. I don't know how far away he is from finished for you, but that's a cool little trio right there. Yeah, so like I like the Lucio and Elena. Kind of just waiting on like one more thing for this light, as well as finishing off Elena. And then let's go dark. Now, dark is your strongest PvP element, I would say right now. This trio right here is very, very good, especially on maps where Ruinstern is allowed to do things. When Ruinstern is allowed to do things, he kills people. When he's not allowed to do things, well, he's on the opposite end of that killing people trade, which is bad news for him. You picked up the new Leela, and so she might be done. This is screenshots are a few days old because I had to take that like week and a half off with the sickness. So I'm assuming maybe your Leela is done now. Your dark is very, very strong. This is probably the element you're using like in a 5-man PvE team right now. Keep doing that. Dwayne would be a nice person to work up to splash in. Shadow Lynx is done, so you could go finish Lamega whenever you wanted to. Yeah, Jesus Bells, this is fantastic. So your dark is ready to rock and definitely your strongest element. Now, something that I noticed earlier when I was looking, your espers are in perfect condition. As far as your espers go, I think you can do anything you want. You have both Odins, and if we go to the next page, you've got Bahamut. So the three big ones. And then for tank espers, you have Demon Wall done, you have Golem done, and right here you have Golden Ahriman done. So your tanks, like you have DPS espers, you have mage espers, and you have tank espers. You also have the budget espers, which is something a lot of people miss. Behemoth, Lamia Queen here. Iron Giant, Freezer, Glacial Bird, Freezer Bird? What the hell is that? I don't even know. Marilith, Bloody Moon. So yeah, your espers are set. You are good to go on espers. As new ones come out that are strong and you want to build them, feel free to pick them up and build them. But this is definitely an area where you could start looking to do other things instead of working on your espers. Okay, maybe Chocobo at some point if you ever want to run missiles. Okay, now, vision cards. The first thing I'm looking for here is your dark is your strongest element. So like what's your dark vision cards look like? Joker, great. Dwayne's card, awesome. Diablos, great. What else we got for dark here? Nothing specifically more for dark here. Next page, what are we looking at? Yeah, okay. So we're kind of like out of the finished stuff. But you do have 3 mono dark cards that you could supplement in with your... Demon Wall too. Even though Demon Wall's rainbow, still also buffs dark specifically. So yeah, dark is very good for you here. The thing that's missing, like as I was going through here, the glaring missing point was Black Rose Helena's card. That card is so important for mono dark teams, in my opinion, especially if you're not running 100% hit with that accuracy buff it gives them. Now, you do have Typhoon leveled up, which is a nice alternative to that right now, but that 15% agility buff is really hard to replace. So I would say if you ever have a chance to pick Black Rose Helena's vision card, I would get that and work on it straight away. Also, the thing I'm noticing here, you're getting a lot of vision cards done. You're focused on dark, and then you have some good rainbow cards to supplement or build rainbow teams around. So good, your high end of your vision cards is good. But for like cost limited situations, it's looking a little bit scarce. And so you can make up for that for sure, because you could run some cost limited espers if we were in a very like squeezed limited Guild Wars situation or something like that. But something you might consider working on if you're picking up the shards or as you're pulling and just naturally acquiring these shards is sometimes these MR cards. Like this resist card here, this slashing card here with agility self effect on it. These can be very, very useful. Leonis Castle, which you did finish, for limited cost situations. So just continue to keep an eye on those when you're building teams for limited situations. Okay, next up, gear. I'm noticing some +5 gear straight away, and I'm noticing some big time gear from like Tower and from bingo boards. So good job building the +5 gear, especially for a lot of the units that you have built up and you're using. Leela, Astrius, New Leela, Black Rose Helena, Joker, Setia. You can just tell the units that you're using by the +5 gear that you have built. Ruinstern, etc. Right? And Ruinstern can use Asterix Alpha, no problem. And then here's some more +5 gear. So keep this coming. You've got the weapons figured out. Armor was definitely weaker. There's a lot of TMR armor in here, and then one smart coat +5. So you can get away with using some of these good TMR armors. Adventurer's Bandana for Evade. Moonbow Battlewear is not bad. Radiant Grace is really strong for anti-dark and anti-light teams. But then, yeah, keep building +5 gear. This is definitely a weakness, so keep those rolling in. And then accessories, great job on these two. This is 2 UR accessories that you have done, and then it looks like you're leaning on TMRs, but you have the good ones. Leaning on TMRs here is not bad. Zombie mask, like your S tier TMRs, Zombie Mask, Illusory Bell, Black Rose Headdress, Aldoa's Apron, Bewitching Boots has 7 agility on it, that's fantastic. Emberlight Mantle's really good. You have amazing TMRs, so if you're working on leveling those up, they can kind of help bridge that gap for now until you get some more +5 armors and accessories built. We go to the last page here, the Bale Gauntlet. Like, that freaking piece of gear is weird. But yeah, so there we go, Justin. I would say if I was giving you some pieces of advice, things that I noticed, Black Rose Helena's Vision card to kind of finish off your dark, right? And at that point, you could just sort of pick whatever new dark unit you want to work on and add them in, but that vision card will be clutch. Cost limited vision cards, keep an eye on those if you want to level them up, and you don't have to like focus those because those shards just come in naturally over time when you're pulling. And then gear, weapons, or not weapons, I'm sorry, armor and accessories. And then I noticed there wasn't screenshots for trust stones. Trust stones, you're basically at that point, especially with your dark, where you have the units, you have gear, you have vision cards and espers. How can you go to that like actual in-game, I want to compete at the highest levels? Trust stones. Just auto farm them. They're super easy to farm. We just got quality of life improvements to them, so it's really not that bad, especially once you've gathered a bunch of them, to just craft a bunch at the same time. Craft the pink ones for those excuse me, for those set bonuses. You get it. I'm gonna die. Okay, thank you guys for watching. COVID's almost over. I'm feeling a lot better, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace. Stupid voice. It'll come back.